We have a very special guest.
Eric Donté.
I was about to do it. Come on. I was trying to let you know. I was trying to let you know that I was tapped in. I was definitely finna do the drop. Eric Donté.
Let's go.
If y'all don't know, y'all finna get familiar right now. Listen, it's Eric Donté, and Eric, you definitely been on our radar for mad long.
It's been a long time coming.
It is. We definitely had a special place for you, and I'm so glad that we have the opportunity to do this right now, especially with what you got going on tomorrow.
And I'm so excited.
It's been about 2 years. It's been about 2 years. We keep running into you. We like, let's set up a date. Let's set up, and we finally made it happen.
No, for real. I heard it was difficult to get up with you, but listen. No, just kidding. Yeah. Thank you so much for sitting down and chopping up with us.
Yeah, it's right in time because Eric's playing with baby mother tomorrow at Sleeping Village.
And that is insane. I'm so proud of you, dude.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you because that's insane. Like, baby mother is literally the truth. And if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Queen DIY.
Okay, on me. So that's a great thing. So thank you so much for coming and chopping it up with us. And I know it's like your first time, but listen, we finna make it homey and a safe space for us to get this shit off, to talk about you, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get to know you a little bit first.
Yeah.
It's like, you've been on the scene for a long time, for real. Like, I think you've been rapping longer than me, for real. I remember seeing your name before I even started putting shit out.
Yeah, I used to sing first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When I was a kid, I led the youth choir.
Okay, listen, if you started in the church sometimes, okay?
For real.
You can't deny it. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Because you were originally from St. Louis, right?
Yeah, St. Louis, born and raised.
Okay, period. Let's go.
How'd you find your way out here?
Music, like let's say we were supposed to move to LA, and my homeboy Dylan girlfriend got a ride in college. She wanted to be a writer, and then we was like, well, we don't want to split up because we had like a house where it was like 4 of us. We was all artists. He was a videographer. I was the rapper. We had a producer and a photographer. So it was like, we just gonna move to Chicago. The pandemic is the only reason I moved back to St. Louis, but then I was like, I gotta go back when it was time. You know what I mean? So here I am.
Hell yeah. What was I want to say, because I did my research. Was 2016 when you stepped out to do your music? Shit like that, for real, to step out on your own as Eric Donté?
That was kind of when I recreated myself. My first project, it dropped on Reverb Nation. That was when I was like,
ooh, I heard that in a minute.
I was
if you know.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so
good for you. Oh my gosh.
It's been a minute, but 2016, that was when I actually really started how to do DistroKid and all that. Okay. And really started doing it officially.
For sure.
And I deleted all the old stuff.
I feel that shit that you uploaded on SoundCloud and shit.
Yeah, because I was recording on Mixcraft and a $10 microphone on
you do what you gotta do. You had that
my grandma gave me.
You had that snowball.
Yeah, you got
snowball mic.
Hit that rebrand. Yeah, Bailey remember when I had that snowball. That snowball mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta hit that rebrand, yo. I still got all my old shit up there. I be going back and listening to it. I'm like, damn, they lucky I didn't have the resources I had, because I was still saying some shit.
No, for real. I'll still be singing some of my verses.
Period. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Did you have any kind of influence that just set you up for music to even make it in that way to post it on the net? Because you have to have whatever it looks like, the setup try to get your shit. Did anyone set you up, or did you kind of just figure it out?
I kind of literally just been winging it since then. It started with my mama. She bought me a karaoke machine when I was 5.
Shout out to mamas, the supportive mamas.
It was a karaoke machine, a little keyboard, and she bought me the Hustle and Flow soundtrack and the Cheetah Girls and Missy Elliott Under Construction. And I used to rap over those songs and press record on the tape. And
oh my God!
It started from that. I used to act like I had my own little radio station.
That's what's up.
But press play on the song.
I know that's right. That's what's up.
A lot of people that make music, as I be talking to them, like everybody was just like me. Like when I was a little kid, like when I used to play music. That's how I used to play like I was on stage and shit.
Yeah, for real.
Like
watching people on stage.
Yeah, like I remember like telling my cousins, be like, "What you want to play?" I'm like, "Let's play music."
No, for real. And then we used to perform in front of my family, like had little shows. I used to be mad like I was like Beyonce and Destiny's Child. I'm like, you missed the step. I used to be breaking down crying. I used to be crying. You missed the
You
step.
messed up the choreography. Come on.
That's so funny, bro. That's so funny. So like, I had two little cousins, and like we all around the same age, and they used to be like, "Let's sing 3LW," and I used to be like, "You Keely."
No, that's how I go for real.
I'm the lead. What's her name? Adrian. I'm Adrian.
No, for real. That's how I go for real. We did it with the Cheetah Girls. The Cheetah Girls, the karaoke disc that came for the karaoke machine had instrumentals. So those was like the first.
Oh my god.
The first instrumentals I was like rapping over like.
That's lit. I love that. So it wasn't like an outside, like you just DIY, like figure it out type shit. Like you started with just like the karaoke machine, and then like, did you go like FL Studio route, or like what was the next?
I was on Mixcraft. I was on Mixcraft, which is like a real cheap like Fruity Loop type of thing.
Okay.
And then after that, I never really got into it. I started paying for studio time.
Immediately, let's go.
Yeah,
We gonna do it. We finna do it.
That's a dark hole, friend.
No, it is. I got played by so many high schoolers.
Oh my god!
Imagine a 10-year-old trying to pay. They used to. I used to be like, why you ain't answering the phone? They didn't took my money.
Yeah, I'm
Holy
already
shit.
knowing. Yeah, I was
I
like,
hate
Bailey,
that,
that's a
dude.
dark hole. When you first get into it, you don't know no better. I'll be like, gee, I need to change this one part. They be like $35 to $50 an hour.
No, for real.
Wow.
I'll be
So
like,
many-
I'm 400 down.
So many grown people selling you dreams and
Yeah,
stuff.
for
That's
real.
insane.
Trying to start their own record label, but
Yeah.
they see money in you. You pulling up to all these grown men houses.
Yeah,
And they're just running you for whatever.
Whatever. Now that looking back on it, it was like, what was we actually doing? Like,
That's
what they actually gonna
crazy.
take us? Like, are they
So
still-
listen, like, is it like a solo mission at that time, right? Like, people are getting down on you, right? Like, a lot of people had that story, right? Do you have, because you're like a one-man band,
Yeah.
like, who's around you to like help you elevate from that moment where you can even feel that niggas are getting down on you, especially for like you trying to fix shit, you trying to have the studio time. Is there anybody above you that was helping you get to like that next step, or did you just?
Nah, I mean, I've been through so many like music groups. I had a music group in like middle school and like my freshman year, but groups never really. They never really fall through in the end.
For sure. Ain't that
I mean, I'm better. I'm trying to have a better light about it, but
I
because
feel
now
that.
I'm in like a collective.
For sure.
But we all make our own solo music.
Okay.
But we just
For sure. And is it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Black Marble Collective, or is that not a thing?
so that's a label that I released through once, but it's Materia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Period.
Who's all in there?
My homegirl Manipool, Umami, Nadir, and Sweet. Yeah,
Okay.
we throw raves in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. So they're all St. Louis based.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, St. Louis. They got I heard
They
the
definitely
raves
got
going-
a scene in
Yeah, I
that
heard
motherfucker.
the parties be going crazy out there.
Yeah.
That's what Tristan was saying. Remember?
Yes, and Tristan, just know Tristan, another one of our homies who's rocking for you. Like people
Mm-hmm.
rocking for Eric Donté in the
I
streets
love that. Yeah,
because they just see you as like not St. Lunatic, but like St. Louis. They just know
Yeah,
that you've
DIY.
been in there.
yeah, since all the way back then. Like
Period.
some people been following since then. So, but yeah, St. Louis got a whole bunch of artists. Everybody different. Everybody get along. So yeah, I love it.
For sure. That's what's up. Do you have any like major influences? Like when you first were starting to make music, was there somebody that inspired you to even like take those steps to try to make your own music? Even if you felt it in you, somebody that you like idolized.
Michael Jackson, Nicki
Period.
Minaj, Nicki Minaj.
You're in a safe space, okay? We're barbs over here, okay?
We are.
A lot of people, Missy Elliott, like I said, even watching movies like biopics, like
Okay.
The Temptations. I love
Okay.
I love that.
movie.
I will
I
sit there.
love
If that
that
shit is
movie.
on,
No, I love that movie.
if that
I
shit is
love-
on, I will sit there and watch it for
It's
4
like
hours.
It's like a comfort movie. It's a
So
comfort
will
movie.
I
And the
promise
songs
you.
eat.
There really are. I promise you that was the only movie, like, you know, when we were like younger in middle school, when they always had like the one movie that the substitute teacher would play.
They was playing that.
Yes, dude. Yes.
That's
Wow.
inappropriate.
No.
Just assume, okay, and I feel that, but assume that it didn't get to like where it got to. Because it's just for like the period.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, why are we
Yeah.
experiencing this temptation moment? It's like cut off. It wasn't before if you've seen the whole movie.
Yeah,
Like it
before
wasn't
it.
all of that, but like
When David-
before you found out that David Ruffin was a fucking crackhead with the voice of an angel.
Yeah, it was before the picnic. Like that motherfucker like 4 hours long, boy. Like
No, for real.
No, that,
I definitely like it'd be a Sunday. I'm like, oh shit, it's on. Perfect. I'm about to sit here and watch
It's one of
this
them
shit.
movies
sure.
for real.
I like it.
And
I
it's
was-
inspiring. too.
Yeah, low key. Like I was telling Bailey, like I love a good biopic. Like I don't even have to like the artist. Like I just like watching how motherfuckers was maneuvering, how
Yeah.
they came
Yeah,
up
like
and try to
the
apply
come
it.
up. Yeah.
try to apply it
Yeah,
to
exactly.
me.
Even
They-
if they put it in movies,
They was on the back of the milk truck and
No,
that song
dead
came
ass.
on the radio.
Okay, and I
Like, we on
wanted,
the radio.
I want it to be exactly that. Even if it's like glorified, I'm just gonna live in.
And even how the lady tried to play them and
Yeah.
like steal their
Yeah.
money and their name. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of applies
Yes,
to the
Yes,
way.
You seen
absolutely.
the new edition one?
no.
No, I didn't.
Bobby Brown.
The new edition one?
I heard it was good, but I
It was
didn't see
alright
that.
for real, yo. It was
I might
alright
have to
for
check
real.
that out. Messy.
I watched when I went to Vegas, I was watching the Amy Winehouse one on the on the plane.
I saw the documentary.
Yeah, so did I.
The
It's
movie was
something
alright
about
for real.
the 90s cinema biopics.
Oh yeah,
What's love got to
absolutely.
do with?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was just about to say that. That shit was on. I think I actually clicked on it and me and Evan were watching that shit. And I'm just like, damn, that was also a thing. Just know, when I was in high school, that was a thing during like health class when we didn't have like a lesson. They would just play What's Love Got to Do with It. And like, I remember a moment where like kids were like laughing and they literally turned it off, and you know what part they were laughing at. And I'm like, this is, I'll never forget that was the moment. And the teacher was like, you're the one who put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What
but
school was that playing y'all?
That's wild for real. Yeah.
Y'all watch
Milwaukee,
Notorious?
They're playing.
Milwaukee Public High Schools,
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
they was playing David Ruffin, Ike and shit.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Trying to have kids, and of course they're gonna act inappropriate to it. But anyway, yeah, for sure. Love that. How was there anyone in St. Louis that kind of like wrapped you in or gave you like a little bit of a gateway into? Because you definitely show up and you show out for St. Louis. I just know people in St. Louis, like they either know or they don't. But like,
Yeah.
that's cool to be familiar from where you're from.
For like the first couple years, it was always just me doing music by myself and releasing it, and then it kind of just was like a domino effect, honestly.
Okay.
Like I didn't even know where I was gonna take it, but once I dropped my first music video, it was just like a domino effect of like people asking me to do this show, that show. I feel like my music was so out of the ordinary from what they was used to hearing. I was on like folk shows. I was the only rapper on a folk show.
Sick.
I started being in like basement shows with punk bands.
Love
and
that.
all type of stuff. So ever since then, I just stayed consistent with it, and here we are.
Hell yeah, for sure. I definitely want to kind of rewind a little bit, only because I was reading one article you were talking about, and you definitely said like alt black boy from the hood. And just know this is a safe space for that. And I appreciate that you even led with that in that article, because like that's what me and Perry sit here and talk about. So like, yeah, being that black alt kid, when you say that, doesn't matter what age you are, when you say that, it's like what it was in your adolescence, that like, misfit toy kind of feeling or whatever. Can you speak on that? Like, how was it growing up in St. Louis, and maybe you have all these ideas even before you release any music, like
Yeah,
trying to fit in or not fit in, or
I used to love Lady Gaga. Well, I still love Lady Gaga. She just
Period.
dropped.
Same.
Just
Very love.
Let me not say used to. I love her now. I love the new album. But I remember when I first started listening to that, my mom and them, because I was like saving up. I wanted to sit front row at the Born This Way ball, and it was like $400. My mama like, who you trying to see? She's like, this devil worshiper, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And I just remember like listening to stuff like that, and people used to say that I was trying to be white, like my family, because you know some hood folks don't get alternative.
That's like
You want a bull nose ring?
Oh my god, a bull nose ring.
Come on.
That's literally what my grandma used to say.
No, for real. Like, so I just remember like learning more about like the culture of, you know, like Africans, and I'm like, this came from us.
Okay, on my soul.
And y'all
okay?
telling me I'm trying to be white.
Yeah.
Let them know.
On my soul.
mean.
Cause I stretch my ears
Yes,
out real
we
big.
both stretched our ears, mad big.
I used to have
We
to
got
put
the
niggas on gang like this
saggy
from
ears.
Africa, gang.
I mean,
So my goal ever since then was to just embrace that more, while also rapping on the music that those same type of black people call white people music.
okay, let's go.
That also came from us. So I'm rapping over alternative beats, but I'm like still rapping about my like hood upbringing.
How did you figure that out though? Like, it's more of like, you know, it's such like a weird space when you're going through your adolescence, especially when you can realize that you're not like the rest of the black kids. So like, what does that look like to try to get to the next step instead of just being like, damn, I'm different, and they're 100% letting me know?
Well, also I had some people like questioning my sexuality too at the same time. So it was just me always just trying to figure like where I stood in that, and then like at a certain point it was just like when people started liking it. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not conceited, I'm convinced. You know what I mean? So when people started liking it, I just started paying more attention to that and not the people that was like trying to shy me away from it.
For sure.
And then it kind of molded itself, kind of like molded like my audience, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, y'all. And like for anybody that's listening, that if they going through something like that, like you either gonna be happy or you gonna be sad. Like you can't change who you is though. So either just live in it.
Exactly. And I found a way to like make it, you know, my thing. You know what I mean? And I feel comfortable doing it, and people like it. So it's just like, and some people don't.
It's always gonna be somebody that relate to you for real, whether you see them or not. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody that feel that same way for real. And if they see you keep going, that's gonna get them straight to keep going.
And then as time went on, you got artists that started coming out that was like Rico Nasty, Baby Mother.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So it was like, okay,
but like that's what I mean. So like you can see them doing it, you be like, oh, like I got a place. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only person.
But it'd be like the alley-oop though. You know what I'm saying? You just mentioned, you know, because we gotta explain it and break it down to the people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't get it.
But what I'm saying is,
but you just named 2 female rap. You know what I'm saying? There's a way that they give a nudge to a place that makes you feel comfortable. Rico Nasty and Baby Mother have both been, you know, pinnacles to that. Yeah. To LGBTQ communities, to give them a space too, because these are female rappers.
But what I'm saying is, like you said, you gotta get the alley-oop. You might not know you alley-ooping somebody else that you don't even know.
Absolutely, for sure. For sure.
For real.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's why there's always a space for you. And I appreciate how long you've been in the game, you know? Like, yeah, I know that there's trials and tribulations, you know? We don't have to get into all of them. But, like, again, the things you say here are powerful because there's somebody sitting at home that needs to hear this and just know, like, when faced with adversity, that they can go ahead and chase their dreams. Because you've done something with your shit. Like, again, I'm thinking, like, your lineage is, like, 2016 to, like, now. Like, you stay dropping some shit, and that's like a great thing. Like, it means that you fuck with what you're doing, and people can see that, like, that kind of confidence to keep fucking with what you're doing. I definitely love it. And I saw also on like one of the articles I was reading, ghetto trance, is that what you want to call your music? Is that the genre that you're okay with talking about? Like, expand on that.
So I kind of slowly branched away from that, but some people still call it that. Because when you start getting into like the rooms where they really dive into like how to break down each sound, like you got like drum and bass, this and that, then you got some people that's like, that's not real trance music.
Yeah.
So then it's like, that kind of shied me away from it, where I'm like, I'm genreless. I just make mood music. I make music depending on how I feel. You know what I mean? So
I like that move music.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So like, yeah, because I was definitely like refamiliarizing myself with all the shit you dropped last year, which you put out a lot of songs last year for real.
And they were all good.
Yeah, yeah, but like, yeah, they all got different vibes and feels to them and shit.
Yeah. I like to just make music, or when somebody play a beat, I'm like, how does this make me feel? What story of my life do I want to tell on this beat? Kind of like a movie soundtrack. You know what I mean? It's kind of like. So I kind of like hate putting myself in like one box of like cohesive sound.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want them to like, if they wrote an article about you, let's say like, you know, like in Vogue or whatever, and they're talking about like Eric Donté. Do you want them? Would you be okay with that?
I would be okay.
Because if they wanted to put a label on you right away to put you in a category, you know,
I feel like it'll start the conversation we just had. Because the reason I came up with that was because like me experimenting with different sounds. I'm like, what can I call myself sound? Because people always just tell me you got to find your audience. So I'm like, how can I like off the back, like make them interested with like, you know, keyword. And like ghetto is, like I said, the hood lyricism, and then trance just being like experimental.
Yeah,
so absolutely. I kind of just put that together, and then that's
for sure.
That was.
Was there a queer community in
St. Louis? So when I was coming out, started rapping and like putting my music out there, that's the thing. I was like the token like queer, like black boy who was like in crop tops, pink locks.
Okay,
like,
on me, let's go.
So it was a lot of times I was just like the only black performer on the lineup, gay black.
How is that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like respect to all of that. You don't have to delve deep into that, but I know that those things kind of cut deep. And it sucks almost, and I don't want to say sucks, but like it'd be like taking you aback sometimes when you have to be the one. You know, because like the sacrificial lamb, like you can take all the hits now because cool, you had enough like balls to like stand up and do that. You know?
Yeah. So in the moment, like looking back, there's more negatives. But in the moment, I was like couch surfing and like homeless and stuff. And I was just getting booked, making money from these shows. Some things I was doing for free, but it was like still better in my life in a way. Okay. And so in the moment, it was lit because so many people was like finally loving my music, something that I've been doing for a minute. But then now I'm looking back, it's like, damn, all these like white people was just like knew my lore, and I was like the catch, but wasn't even getting paid for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
and I didn't realize that everybody like I didn't realize it was like I want Eric Donté to perform at my birthday party. I'm thinking it's just like them doing me a favor. I was doing them the favor.
No, dead ass. Exactly.
They knew people was coming to see me.
Right, for real. Yeah.
and I once I started like owning that and having confidence behind that, it's like then people started offering me more, and like you know once you really started like having some faith behind your shit.
Good for you.
People know how to talk to you.
Yeah, for real, yo. For real. That's why I be telling babe, like, motherfucker only take you seriously if you take yourself for real.
It's a balance, though, because when you start taking yourself serious, then some people won't hit you up at all.
I mean, okay, period, exactly. They'll be like, nah, that's too much. That's too strong for me.
You think you famous now.
No, dead and they be ready to humble you right away type shit.
No, for real.
Absolutely.
That is what happens, so.
Yeah, man.
Let's play a song, y'all.
Yeah, so for sure.
I can hear you.
What do you think we should play for the break song, Eric? It can be whatever you want, whatever is popping in your life, your shit, somebody else's shit. But let's go crazy.
We gonna play the one on Stroke the Mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stroke the Mood.
Let's go for that one.
So who is that? Electric David. Who is that?
That's another producer that I've been knowing for a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, he hit me up one day to go in the studio, and we were just like, we just made it on the spot. So shout out to him.
Hell yeah, this is Stroke the Mood.
Let's go.
Yes, sir, and we're back. That was Stroke the Mood by Eric Donté. Yes. And what's his name?
Electric David.
Electric David. That shit was decent. Y'all fuck with that. I ain't cause it's under his name. So like when I was going through your new music, I ain't even peep it for real.
So how does that work though? Because I know a lot of like you dropped a lot of music, but they've been like these single tracks. But there's like always something like a parentheses situation. I don't make music, so I don't know. So is that a remix of his? Does he own that now with your voice on there, or is that still just an original song that we can find somewhere else?
It's on my Spotify. He dropped it as a feature track, so it's in my feature tracks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On everything else except on Spotify, they allow you to change it on there. But,
okay.
Yeah, he produced the music, and like artists that like have their own Spotify profile as a producer.
For sure. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Perry knows all that.
Oh yeah, I know. Hell
That
yeah.
it'd be just linking like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'd be hard to when you gotta contact them.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you be putting that shit on, gang. Like I was telling you, like that the first not anyone one of your first, but when I first started my music blog, one of the first videos I wrote about, one of the first songs I wrote about was your song. I forgot the name of it.
A Wig Is Born.
Yeah.
Wig Is Born. Yeah.
But
one of my faves.
Yeah, and I was like, you really giving it like a like tell it a story with your fit, not even your fit, but just the visual element of you as an artist. Like you always use your visual element to add to your music and shit.
Yeah, that one was crazy. Cause that was like the first time I like rapped or like tried to do like a persona or of some sort with like a wig. So that one was different. That was more like costumey like, type of vibes. You know what I mean?
But like when you said like, oh yeah, when we first asked about your influence, you like Missy Elliott. I could definitely see it for real because it's always a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I want to do more of that. Like I said, switching them like into different moods depending on the sound. And that way, I was trying to like dress for the part. Like
I love that too.
And do it in a surreal type of way. But
Absolutely.
exaggerate it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, pulling your own style out of all of that. Have you ever played around with that before? I guess you did something that made you like a being, you know what I'm saying? Like you make music now, like you rap. Have you ever tried to like push those barriers when you were just like in your adolescence and just being like, I'm gonna just like put some shit on that like people might not accept, but like this is what I feel right now, so I'm gonna like wear it regardless.
Yeah, since I was a kid, even like just like I said, I like Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, like people that like look different in a way. Like I used to really push to try to like look like an alien in my own way, or like just like
no influences at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I really appreciate if you're like solo dolo in this like transitional period of adolescence where it's so
as far
crazy.
As you mean like from family or something?
Well, yeah, but like that's where.
And shit.
But that's you know, being black. That's where we try to like pull it from. But the sad truth of it is that like sometimes it's not there at home. Yeah, it's something that you'll see.
None of my family is like really like artists and they like nurses and stuff.
For sure,
it was literally just me.
Hell
watching movies and music videos. I love music videos.
I mean, when I was a kid.
Seeing how, and I watch a lot of artist interviews, so I just like really dive into like how they kind of like found themselves in a way.
For sure.
And I just kind of like applied that to myself in its own way. Like even today, I just sit up and watch artist interviews.
It's something to take pause for. A lot of people don't even do that. They like love the music, but like, have you ever sat down and watched the interview? And sometimes people suck at interviewing, but like, you want to know, you want to hear people's take on their own.
Just
music.
like I was telling them when we was in the break, it's like your music is a reflection of like your story and shit. And like, if you don't give your audience an opportunity to know your story, then the music ain't gonna hit the same.
Yeah, it takes it to a whole different personal level for
sure. I can understand how that's kind of nerve wracking though too, because again, our last episode we were talking about art, but like in a different aspect. Because I'm a painter, so we were talking about like how much you can do by just like doing the thing, and now they see it and like maybe not talking about it, you know. Because, like, I know that at least music, like, Perry's my best friend. I know he makes music and it'd be, like, a thing, like, let me just let the music live without telling them what it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah, and that's how it was with the Wig Is Born track you mentioned, because that song came from me walking. I used to work at Mott Street, and I used to walk past this, like, wig store every morning.
I love that.
And even to get to work.
Period.
And it was like this big rainbow wig at the top of the window. And I was for some reason, it just always drew to my eye. And then it's this producer named DJ Swisher who's like really established in the DIY music scene. He
Shout out Swish.
And at this point, now since that song came out years ago, we've been able to book him at Materia, the raves that I was telling y'all about. So it was cool to actually get to hang out with him. But at that day, he he posted a beat and somebody was like, who should I get on this? And somebody tagged me, a couple people tagged me, and then he sent it to me. And I was listening to it while I passed that window. And then something told me to go in there and buy it. So then when, like, not too long after, I think that night, I recorded the song, and I was like, when I'm going to name it, that's when Lady Gaga was coming out with A Star Is Born. So I was like, A Wig Is Born.
Period.
So then I literally was dancing around the house with the wig on for the music video, because my roommate, like I said, was a videographer. He still lived with me. So it was I was able to do it all, and like when it just popped up to me. And then like the day we shot the music video, I had to be at work at 5. We was running late. So then one of the scenes, I'm literally on my way to work rapping in the back of the car while he recorded. Had to walk into work. I'm like taking this off. I'm like trying to sneak past with the wig.
I love that.
So it's funny when I watch it. That, like you said, that's one of those stories that people don't know until like moments right now. So
I love
like,
that. I love that you're so
how that
transparent with that moment, though. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, it's like a relatable moment. You're like, oh yeah, I want to tell you about this. You making it very transparent like that, like that's the type of shit that, especially if you're creative at any aspect, like that really saves people's lives, because they need to know that they have the space to like, even to see that in between. That transparency can really save a lot of people's lives, especially just being an artist. Like, it's not always the most forgiving, welcoming space to be, to show your true self. So
yeah, and I'm always going back and forth if I should like tell that like on my social
Yeah,
media.
you should.
Do you not explain that, like you said, leave it unsaid? Because before just then, I was the only one who knew about that scene being like me actually on the way to work and why I
Nah, you definitely.
like, is it more like
you
realer
definitely
when you
gotta tell
just
'em.
leave it, or does it
Hell
seem
no.
fake when you like
Exactly.
But
over-explain
look, it ain't. But the thing is, it ain't fake if it ain't fake for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's
It's just,
real.
but it
it's
goes
the truth.
back to what I was saying about
And-
just feeling like you're the leader of it all. That's when it'd be like, do I say it or not? Because it just sucks. Because if this is the first time everyone's doing it, how you display it, even if you want to just be your truest self, if you're the first person to lay it out like that, like,
No, because
that's when you start being like, oh, should I?
Those
Will they
little,
care?
Those little moments and those little like parts of your life that like are like what make up you for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that little small story you told. Like now, since you made that song, you always go remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it, but people knowing me telling it, and then sometimes I think about like
But hold on, before I lose it. But like that's what make you an individual artist. Those are the individual experiences that like that set you apart from everybody else. You feel me? Because like you be sitting there trying to make a song all deep and trying to find something that means something to you, and like just rap about what actually happened to you for real. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like
that's real.
That's a short story. You could not like you did that video and like. And now that you said it out, like whenever people look at that, that's a thing they gonna talk about to other people. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real. That's real.
And you all like when you, and also when I'm making art, I always gotta remind myself that like what I'm saying don't have to make sense. Like when you hear it don't have to make sense. But if I tell you about it later, now you know it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what I was thinking of, like some will it fuck up like people's perspective of what they thought I meant, because sometimes people tell me what they thought I meant in songs, and I'm like
deeper than what you did.
No, for real, I didn't freestyle the whole track. I didn't release music. Like one of my biggest songs, High Again, I was just freestyling. I was literally high again, and I was rapping, just saying whatever, and then a couple people I sent it to was listening to it, and they just made way more sense of it than I was like, I was literally on shrooms.
No, for real.
On my third, I was open on this.
No, for real. But wait, that is that like, and I just want to expand on it because these are like those uncomfortable moments, but this is when we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about, feeling like, even when we're talking about St. Louis and you feeling like you're the only one, like, having all of, like, again, you saying in that article that I read, like, I really resonate with that. All you have to say at the beginning of the day is like alt black boy from the hood type shit. That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So like when you say that, like it comes from all that adolescence from back then and just like not belonging. So like starting with that is such a vulnerable thing. But it's just like I might have lost.
All right, look. When Kendrick did that Super Bowl, my mama was like, people saying all this stuff like it's so deep. I'm like, my niggas just be rapping. and niggas go find a reason, go find a thing to like stick with them and shit. Go put a meaning behind it.
Okay, I got it again. It's
right,
just because like it just sucks. I lose it all the time because it's talking about uncomfortable things and it's about having the confidence when you feel like you're supposed to be the one. You know, like how do you present yourself in all of these ways when it seems like you're like the savior? If you're saying things that people resonate with, okay, the next step, like if you say too much, will they think that, oh, it's not, if they took a song a certain way, like, oh, am I losing my audience because they took it a different way? Like, am I supposed to show up for them because they took it so deep and it was so like, you know, heartfelt to them? And you're like, damn, I didn't even look at it like that. You know, if you're the only one standing up doing like that, that seems like such a vulnerable space. So like, you've been doing this for years. How do you deal with when it's like that? Because you've already spoken on it. So it's like, I know it feels like that, whether people are giving you the praise or not. It's just like, you're an anomaly. Yeah. That's what we live as, you know?
Yeah. I feel like the appreciation for the vulnerableness shows up in like my friendships and the way like people I meet treat me who have heard it. Like I could tell somebody's listened to it by like the certain questions they ask me about my life and stuff like that. Or just like, you know what I mean?
For sure. Absolutely.
I'm like, when you're being mean to me, this is who you're being mean to.
That's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying though. You know what I mean? Because you put yourself out there. There's kids that are at home thinking about the way you put yourself out there. If you're just like the punching bag, that's what I'm saying. Like,
look, somebody got to do it.
Yeah, dude.
And I feel like that.
But that's the confidence. That's what I'm trying to ask you about.
I remember thinking to myself one time, like, cause look, I'd been in rap collectives and shit. It was niggas better than me and that shit. I was just like, when my time come, I'm finna turn up. And then one day I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be the nigga to turn everybody up. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. I do feel like that. Like I said, I watch a lot of interviews and just sort out different feelings and like compare them to like certain things that I felt like that made me feel like, yeah, I am supposed to be the one that do it. Like,
for sure. And maybe in a presumptive way. These are the kind of things I was asking about before, about the people I'm going to ask about whether they influence you or not. But like being a gay black male that's in the rap scene, do you resonate with, and I don't know how, and it sucks. Sometimes there's a problematic connotation that just goes with like black rappers that are gay that are in the scene, like, oh, messy. Like, do you rock with like the Mickey Blancos and like the Leaf and like I
love them.
Cakes the Killer and shit.
Mickey up there.
I love their music. I've been able to hang around like Mr. Wallace, and
wow,
and I'm super inspired by them and how brave they are and like, you know, stuff like that. But I've met in St. Louis since I've been dropping music. More queer black rappers who seem kind of hood, which
hell yeah,
we kick it because, and I've brought them to perform at Materia, like
that's what's up.
And in my head, I'm just thinking like, if I wish I had somebody who was doing it like that for me.
Come on.
But that's the thing. You gotta put that weight. You gotta put that responsibility on your shoulders. For real.
You want to show up as the person that you needed, and
yes.
That's a very emotional conversation for me. I have it with Perry all the time. That's a very emotional conversation for me because I'd be so hateful and so upset that no one showed up for me.
Yeah.
That everything after me is looking better, you know, like black kids are able to be they're able to be queer, they're able to do all of that shit. And, you know, I be trying not to be on my high horse and like bitter, but yeah, I definitely want to show up as somebody like, cause literally saving lives, you needed someone like you.
And my biggest thing is to live out loud and like, you know, like inspire people.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
You gotta lead by example. If you're gonna be a leader, you gotta lead by example for real.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna stay the same.
Absolutely.
But like, yeah, you right. The kids is turning up now, G. Especially the Black Rave kids is turning up.
Yeah. I'm loving every moment of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loving the new art.
Look,
yes.
me. It was me, Bailey, Giselle, and one of our white friends, and we was going to this rave. It was out west. It was like on Chicago Avenue.
Crying. You're
and
not
like
telling this story right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It was like,
you're not telling this story right now.
Laramie or some shit. I was like, damn, this out in the hood for real. We went in there with that shit was going too, boy. We walked in them. We walked in there. They was like, it's a $20 cover. If you black, you get in free.
And see,
our white homie, he looked at us. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, gang.
No, for real, that's lit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let us have it for us, you know?
For real.
And I know you're really out there in that, like, St. Louis. Like, I know that, like, the party scene, and I remember the article that I read is like, oh, St. Louis looks like so much fun. And you're like, it is. Like, I love all of that with all that adversity or whatever, because that's the shit that I'm trying to, I don't want to say pull out of you, but, like, just let kids know, like, that won't, like, stop you. Like, it doesn't have to be all this sad story where you tell me the whole thing of how you overcame all these things, but, like, you did. Like, prevailed. Like, if you're just doing it by yourself, I keep asking, like, who helped you? What team? Like, how? But, like, on the strength of your back. What? And,
like, whether you feel like it or not, like, it ain't got nothing to do with how you feel about it. Like, it's a fact. Like, it's real for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It really is.
So you gotta always remind yourself of that shit. Like, I might not feel like I'm doing that, but like you actually doing to the person that you feel that way, that's real to them.
Yeah. And I appreciate the people that remind me that all the time, you know, about like, you know, how I was like helping the scene or like was big in the scene, cause it even like I was just having fun. Honestly.
Yeah.
I was just.
But when people pause you to be like, oh, you know, if you're just you know what I'm saying? All of whatever that is, like, how much responsibility do I have to the scene to present in all of these ways? And it, you know, I see you like overcoming, I guess, all of this because the music is lit and it's forever changing too. So you always sound like new and fresh. So I really appreciate that too, because it's just like, yeah, you guys are gonna fuck with it. Like, obviously, like you have no choice. I love the way you present yourself. Like, just I'm in front of you guys. Like, you have no choice. Like, just deal with it. And it's like, it's really good music. I want to bring it back to just like your influence with not Nicki Minaj. Respect, Barbs. With Missy Elliott. I know an article that I read that you were really into your music videos. Like, when you make a song, you exactly know what the music video is going to look like. And I love that because in my head, I'm like a fake, like, cinematographer. And I feel like I really resonate with that. And I'm like, yeah, now your music videos are like set up in your head when you make the song. I love that. So, like,
I always tell people I see like what's going to happen. Even when I'm writing a song, you ever feel like that? Like, you just...
I don't, but I got him.
You kind of see the scenery, know the vibes, or you're like writing to a story.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Actually,
because I'm writing about my life anyway, and just like when I dress myself, I'm just like over exaggerating the like emotion of it all.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Like, you know, so yeah, something like that. Like if the song give like extraterrestrial. Wait, what's the word I'm looking for?
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah, you're right. Because I'm gonna ask you too.
So I'm gonna look like an alien in a music video.
Because let's talk about it. Departure unknown.
Yes, and that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, exactly. My best friend made a music video with a well-known person, but it was giving that exact same vibe.
I love that.
Because y'all were in the car and it was giving that extraterrestrial, and I'm like, listen, people be tapped in. Just know they don't drop credit, but people be tapped in. Because again, I saw that shit. My best friend's been in some shit that was identical, almost to that. So I love that because if y'all don't know, it's Departure Unknown. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maxi Glamour, and that's somebody that's a somebody in St. Louis, right?
They were on the Dragula show.
True.
In like London or something. But yeah, they're a big drag queen.
Yeah. How did you guys get linked up?
Just through like the music scene, and they also make music, and we just met. Like I hang out a lot in St. Louis. So
Hell yeah, I
run
love
into
that.
a lot of people, and some people we hang out more often.
For sure.
And Maxie was one of the people that I started to hang out with more often, and they did that type of makeup.
Yeah, is that your first time doing like prosthetics?
Yes, I want to do it so much more, but it's because we was friends I was able to even like do it.
Yeah, I love that video.
Budget, you know what I mean?
And if you guys don't know, whatever, check out the video. Departure Unknown, but like there is giving extraterrestrial, and they're like on the hunt for like snacks.
Literally,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like giving that vibe, and I just like love that like kind of shit, because like everyone can like vibe with that and like just make it like it's just a really fun video, and I love that. Like, do you
real life but extraterrestrial?
Yeah. Do you plan on like more videos, like videos that you care about a lot that you do creative directing for, like moving forward? Do you have any videos like ready that you're about to tapped into all of those feels?
Oh yeah. I got way more that I'm gonna drop for my new project that I'm working on right now.
Oh,
and I already got like ideas in my head.
What's the project called?
Fish. It's called Fish.
Okay.
Abbreviation, it stands for fucking shit happens.
I love that. Oh, I can't wait. I just want the merch. Oh my god.
Because I'm a Pisces too, so.
And that's so
3 times
lit.
Pisces.
Clock it. Oh, clock it. Clock it. I love that. That's super lit.
Hell yeah. Hey, what you how far are you with it?
Into the project. I got right now like 17 songs.
Woo.
I think I want it to be like my first.
Are you gonna chop it down? Do you feel that way where you want to chop it down, or you're like, no, y'all gonna take me 20 tracks?
That's where I'm at with it. I thought about chopping it down, just listening to other people and seeing how they do projects. Even songs are shorter now, so it's like.
But if you have 20 short songs, I feel like that's not wrong, because you do have.
But this is 24-minute songs.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if it go together,
if it goes together, keep it together.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And
trust yourself, because you know it. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And then the way rollouts work now, it's like. It's kind of like usually they used to do like the rollout before the project dropped,
and now
it's like you drop the project and then you start dropping videos,
Absolutely,
this and that, and interviews about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So absolutely. I'm just like, I can drop this project and let whoever want to listen, and then just pump it up after that. So
for sure.
On my soul, for real. That's what I be trying to remind myself too, G. Just like put LA, whoever want to listen for real. Like, don't even be worried about numbers and none of that shit. That shit can make you sick in the head.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? That shit'll
me.
literally make you sick, worried about that shit. Worried about motherfuckers that ain't gonna buy your shirt, motherfuckers that ain't gonna come see you. Just worry about the niggas that's fucking with you.
Whatever caliber
that want to learn you as an artist for real, cause like I'm gonna listen to it. Like, you put out 20 songs, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yep, you know what I'm saying?
I'll fuck with you for real.
Yes. Before we get out of here,
hold on. What's the realest shit you ever wrote, gang?
Oh, the realest shit I ever wrote. I feel like it's on probably my it's hard to say because I feel like it all is so real. But I want to say my first project, still some of my first project, because that's when I was like homeless and it was like coming from a real traumatic place, and that's when nobody listened to my music.
You would say the bar,
huh?
You would say the bar,
say the rap,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I could rap the verse.
Yeah, rap it. Let me hear it.
Well, one of the verses, the last verse. Good afternoon, stupid bitch. How y'all waking up now? Wait, what did I say? Fuck, I ain't listened to this in so long.
Go ahead, take your time. Take your time.
Wait, maybe we gotta play it. We probably gotta play it. Wait, I forgot the verse. I'm gonna have to listen. I'm gonna have to hear it. But it's the second verse on my song Afternoon. Afternoon. It's like the first song I put out from the project, even. And yeah. Even the way the video was made, I ain't have a cell phone or nothing when the video was made.
I feel you. Like, when you say that shit, like, I feel you, because I've been down bad like that before. Like, back like when I was at my worst, the only thing that kept me going, I was recording in my car.
Music,
for real.
literally. That's literally where I was putting out my emotions.
Nigga, I was like, let me just drive to this parking lot so can't nobody see me, and I'm gonna sit in the car and record for real.
No, for real. No, for real.
Like I've been in that spot.
I definitely recorded with some of my homeboys' cars with some headphones.
On my soul, for real.
Yes, and I love that energy, dude. But also, before we get out of here, because I know all people in this room right now, because again, I told you I did my homework. Mm-hmm. I heard that you love scary movies.
Oh yeah,
and I love that because now you're in the safest space. I have to ask, what is your favorite scary movie, favorite horror movie, favorite psychological thriller? And let's talk about it for a second, because I don't give a fuck, because I love hearing that people love scary movies, because that's my forte.
Well, one of them that comes to mind, Scream 2. No, yeah, Scream 2.
Okay, yeah, period. It's very specific.
That's one I will watch. I will watch any of the old Screams.
I'm not gonna lie, I do love the second.
When they
you
come
have
home.
to know, the second one I appreciate. Yeah, go ahead.
The Faculty.
Woo! Come on, that's what if the Faculty is old, I'm gonna watch that shit.
Hi, y'all. If y'all don't know,
What's the white boy name? What's his name? Josh Harden.
Yeah.
The nigga with the 2 t-shirts on always.
That shit ate.
I'm crying. The end of his time.
That shit was so fire for real, yo. The coach standing in the water.
Wait, what else? I'm so
the thing, I remember when that shit came out, they was marketing that shit like Usher was the star.
It was ugly. Usher got out of there right away. He was very dry character. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, Usher.
Yeah, a missed opportunity. He was too fine.
They wasn't gonna get niggas. They wasn't gonna get niggas roles.
They weren't.
Like
that was what they did.
Yeah, exactly. He was a Tay Diggs. They couldn't get Tay Diggs, so they got Usher.
That's like when they put Kelly Rowland in Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. Got her ass out of there right away.
Yeah, they gave him they quick.
Wait, what else? What else? I'm so intrigued because you're tapped in.
Some of my favorite scary movies not even that scary. That's the thing.
It's okay. When we say scary movies,
all right, this one gore.
Yeah.
The Thing.
Yeah. The original one, right? Yes, absolutely. Because what the fuck is that thing with the dogs, bro?
Last year with my so every October I do a binge all scary movie. I watch one every day. When I went back and watched The Thing, I hadn't seen it in a long time. I was like, this shit is actually super, super good. I see why everybody still make t-shirts about this shit.
Yes, it's actually so crazy.
Yeah, and like given a circumstance that's not normal for real. Like now everybody scary movies, they be trying to make they try to make it feel like it could happen to you. You know what I'm saying? That's always
I just like when it's uncomfortable.
No, but I'm saying let's make the premise in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's just do something.
But it makes it uncomfortable because it's something very familiar. It started with the dogs. That's familiar to everyone. Whatever. It could just be some zombie shit.
With them dogs?
But they're in Antarctica. Dogs play a part in their role and stuff. So the way you wouldn't you feed that dog in America, but that dog is a worker. So the way you really wouldn't think.
And like you said, psychologically fucking you up for real.
Yeah, I love that.
Because the actual thing is not that scary, but scary is the fact you don't know who is on bullshit or not.
Yeah, that parasite shit. What else? What else, Eric? I feel like you really, and it's whatever. Even if it's something that you love to talk about. Have you seen
You saying Substance? That's what we.
Oh yeah,
I just seen that.
You seen that?
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yeah, you fuck with that body gore shit.
Yeah, the way it was.
That David Cronenberg shit.
It kind of gave the thing Stephen King.
No, dead ass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that movie. What's it called? The Shining.
The Shining. That's Bailey's favorite. Oh yeah. And even the patterns, they had the floor was almost damn near
absolutely.
resembling.
I like when they pause to give you that moment to take up the set because patterns and stuff that means something, especially when something fucked up is gonna happen, a very regular pattern. That's how it fucks you up like that. Yeah, I love that, man. Thank you so. Oh yeah, what else? Yeah, please.
This is a mind.
We love talking movies.
I don't know if a lot of people knew this one, but The People Under the Stairs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, exactly.
That was a mind fuck.
No, it really is. Again, when people think that these are old movies, they won't ever check them out. But these are like complete mind fucks. The People Under the Stairs, y'all.
Yeah, it was literally People Under the Stairs.
A new one that I want to see that's coming out is what's homegirl from the Burr, Io, the black girl.
Yeah.
They dropping a movie with her in it, and it's about like, John Malkovich is in it. It's about like this old musician that ain't put out an album in like 20 years.
Yeah, I did see
he
that.
about to drop his new album, so he bring all the writers out to this island and hear his album, and then this nigga on some weird freaky shit. We go see what he on, but I definitely want to see that shit.
Did you see like what is it called? Take.
What?
It had what's his name? Channing Tatum in it.
Oh, what? Blink Twice?
Yes. Did you see that?
I did.
Did you like it?
It was interesting. It was I did like it. It was
Fair enough.
It was.
What is
it
your
was-
favorite? So now that we know, like that's why I'm like jazzed up. I know we're at the end, but fuck it. This is our shit.
Nah,
We
let's
just
go.
gonna keep going.
Let's go.
What is your favorite movie? Like when people ask you that generally, because I know it's difficult sometimes, because it's giving like you understand it. Cinema, amazing. What is one that you just say? What's your favorite movie, Eric?
It's an animation.
Okay, go ahead.
Go Story.
Oh yeah, let's
Toy
go.
Story 1.
Let's
Oh
go.
my God,
Let's go.
come on. Because, we
I-
literally watched it the other day. And it was actually, unfortunately, at my big age, it was the saddest moment that I had because I actually started crying because I thought about how life will never be as simple as the first time I saw this movie.
And the soundtrack is so fire.
So fire. That song, what's his name? The dude? Yeah.
You got a friend in
The
me,
Fly, the Fly song.
or-
When,
I believe.
like when Buzz Lightyear leaped off those stairs because he still thought he could fly.
What he was
my
hating.
Oh my
He just
God.
falling with style.
And then he fell. And he broke and he laid there like he was gonna get eaten up. I feel that. What else though? What else? What is it?
People always say,
if
like,
it's not
sad
gonna be
movies.
animation, so you like because the adults will judge
Animation go
whatever.
hard. I was watching
People always say,
But-
like sad movies.
I love a sad movie.
Yeah, I like
Just
Set
hit
It
me
Off.
with like
I
your
Set It
favorite.
Off.
Period.
Babs.
Love that. Yeah, you're around the same vibe.
Like movies like that.
Cool. Oh yeah, man.
Well, shit, man. Thank you for coming through. It's been
Yeah.
a long time coming, and when you drop your shit, hit us up. We'll do some shit, some more
Absolutely,
shit.
I
Eric.
will.
Thank you so much for the
Thank y'all
time
for
and the
having me.
space. I'm so excited. This will be after the Baby Mother and Eric Donté mashup show at Sleeping Village. But thank you for everyone who comes out to that show. Thank you so much,
so
Eric.
excited.
We're rooting for you always, and thank you for the space. You did great,
y'all for
and
having me.
it's the Face Value Podcast. It's episode 291. Let's go.